Back for the fourth inning of action here with the Winter Garden Squeeze versus the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Dogs have a 3-2 lead in this one. As back out on the hill is Tyler Self as he fires in a strike to Tyler Head. And we're joined by Jake Christa, another pitcher on the staff for Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Jake, thanks for joining us here.
I'm glad to be here.
So, what do you think of the action so far today? Obviously, not the way that you wanted Game 1 to go, but Game 2 is going pretty well so far.
Yeah, this is all you can ask for out of Game 2. Just be able to compete and try to get back and get a win out of the doubleheader.
0-2 on the way. This one comes inside, almost hits Tyler Head, but taken for a ball. So, we talked to you a little bit in the outfield the other day. We were just talking about pretty much anything. So, why don't you give the audience kind of a summary of, where you grew up and how your college experience has been so far?
I've grown up in Huntsville, Alabama my whole life. Went over to play junior college baseball in Mississippi at Northeast Mississippi Community College. And my freshman year went great. Can't ask for a better school to be at.
And so you mentioned that when we were talking that they treated you more as a person rather than a player. And they say you went around and that strike three swinging to Tyler Head, so one out there
for the squeeze,
start
the right
top of
fielder,
the fourth
number
inning.
15, Michael Cullen.
So you were saying they treated you more as a person when they were recruiting you rather than as a player. Tell us about that experience and how that made you feel.
Oh yeah, whenever they would call and text and we'd have conversations, it would just be more about kind of like it's my day and not really how's baseball been going. Of course, they'd ask questions about the game, but it was more of, well, what you've been doing in your free time, like just asking like just personal questions, I guess.
So you say you're going to Northeast Mississippi. Is there a reason you are going there besides baseball? What are you going there to learn? What degree are you chasing?
Chasing a degree in accounting.
Okay.
I want to be a certified public accountant, pass a CPA, and kind of working to make my own accounting firm.
Okay, cool. I actually read about that. I forgot that you mentioned that. And after this pitch, 2-0 on the way.
Good pitch.
So that one's not called for a strike, though. That looked like a good pitch from here. So you want to be a CPA. Did it ever occur to you to maybe name your public accounting firm Christa Public Accounting so it says CPA, the initials? Have you thought about that?
Never thought about it. I think either my mom or my dad said that you had said that on the air before.
Ah, okay. I think I might have recalled saying that. Well, I'm glad they're listening in. I hope they're listening now. So
I think they might be. I texted them a little late.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
They both sent you a
Yeah, for the squeeze, the third baseman, number 11,
So-
Ryan Brooks.
And we'll post it. We'll save this. We'll post this to YouTube probably later. So anyone that missed it can go back and watch it. Also, let the Twitter sphere know that you're on with us.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the view from the booth here?
It's pretty sweet. It's fun seeing Tyler's slider from up here. I know we throw together and it's a great pitch. But seeing it up here work against these hitters, it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely got a good angle. We're pretty much squared up behind the plate. Just sometimes that umpire gets in the way, but they're important to the game for sure.
I guess.
Only when they give you the good calls, right?
Exactly.
The hitter Cullen sprays one a weak ground ball. Dvorak will scoop and throw to first. A nice hard charge by Dvorak, and is able to whip a sidearm over there. And so now
Now for Winter Garden, the catcher, number 26, Hunter Champlain.
Reedy reached on a walk. He advances to second.
That's not Reedy.
But not.
Colin. That's Colin.
All right, well, I messed up in my scorecard, so we'll get back to you in a moment. 2 down now for the batter Champlain, so got lost in our conversation, but that's all right. So we mentioned that when we were talking in the outfield the other day that you liked golf. So when did you start golfing? Why did you start golfing, kind of thing?
I started golfing when I was younger. I'd go out with my grandfather sometimes. And then as I got older, just kind of kept playing. Had some buddies back home that would want to play, like after middle school and stuff. After we get done with the day, we'd go play at the local golf course. And it's kind of just went into high school. I have friends that like to go play golf that are also baseball players. And we'll go out after the season, usually in between. Either the fall's a big season when we were in high school, to be able to go out and play golf and not worry about our swings.
Right, because your season didn't actually start till spring. If I'm correct. Okay, I was a pitcher in high school. That was when our season was. We started in February and kind of ended late April. And Self delivers a pitch in there that kind of fell over, but called for a strike. 1-2 the count now to the catcher Camplain. He walked to lead off the third inning and eventually scored. And Self taking his time. He looks like he's okay. So your golf career started early then, even before middle school, or was it right around when middle school started?
It was before middle school.
Okay.
I would have been 8 or 9 probably when I went out with my grandfather for the first time.
So a game you can play for life. Baseball's not really a game you can play for life, but softball is, and so is golf.
Yeah, definitely see baseball kind of ending here eventually, and with golf you can play forever.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to eventually go on to a 4-year school and play there, maybe D1, D2, something like that?
Oh yeah. That's always been the dream, that's for sure.
You got any targets you're looking at thus far, or just kind of just exploring your options at this point?
Just exploring the options. I just want whatever fits me best, whether it's Division 1, Division 2, or whatever, just wherever I can get my degree at.
So was there a college you grew up watching? If you say you're from Huntsville, Alabama, then were you a big Alabama fan growing up?
Oh yeah, big Alabama football fan. Liked Alabama baseball, but
Okay.
Alabama baseball is hard to root for. There isn't much there
The Gators
right now.
Yeah, the Gators have kind of trumped them in the past,
Yeah,
and are continuing to do that as they go further in the College World Series.
yeah. No, what about that Auburn Florida game?
Ooh, that was a great ending to that one. I was shocked to see how that one ended. What was it, 12 innings, right? And the ball went over the wall out of the glove.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean you root against Auburn? So you're happy to see that, or?
No, actually, I've grown up playing around Auburn's number 2 pitcher, Tanner Burns.
This one's popped high and into shallow right field. Coming on for it is Ellis, and that'll end the top half of the inning. But we'll stay with you here. No commercials, as you've heard them plenty today already. And we're still here with Jake Christa. Ken Landis on the call with you. And a 0 put up there in the top of the fourth. We'll flip to home half of the side. So as you mentioned, you like to golf in your free time, and are you fairly good at it?
No, not at all.
So it's still perfecting the game of golf, and as we mentioned, it's a lifelong game, so you got plenty of time to get better at it.
Yeah, eventually I'll take some lessons or something, because it's not very good right now, that's for sure.
So have you gone golfing with anyone on this team so far, or?
Yes, Turner Scruggs and Tyler Self, and then one of my friends that plays in Seminole County.
Or the England?
Turner, yes, Turner's pretty good. Tyler, I'm closer with Tyler, I would say, but Tyler's a pretty good golfer himself too.
Okay.
I was definitely the third best out of the 3, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not a good golfer myself. I got my personal best the other day of a 101, so
Okay.
that was my lowest score yet to break 100, but I'll get there eventually. So you mentioned, golf can ruin your baseball swing, and baseball can ruin your golf swing kind of thing. So with that, I know you're a pitcher, but did you swing a good bat in high school? Were you hitting bombs over the wall like Christian Snot here?
Yeah, I hit some home runs in high school.
Okay.
I actually hit one of my last game ever in high school in the
that's
state
good.
championship off the foul pole.
Oh man, which one, left or right?
Well,
Okay.
I was a righty swinger, but I enjoyed hitting, but it was time to put the bat down. I never really enjoyed it like I enjoyed pitching.
Yeah, there's something about pitching that it's just you out there and you can throw whatever you want at the batters.
Leading off for the Diamond Dogs here in the
That's what I
bottom of the
enjoy.
4th inning.
It's
Shortstop,
nice.
number
You
10,
control
Abraham
the ball.
Sakura.
So, I never personally hit one out over the fence. I don't have that kind of power. So, hit a couple inside the Parkers and wrecked ball, but that doesn't really. So, when did you first pick up a baseball? Then was it when you were really little, or did you go and eventually?
No, it was when I was 2 or 3 probably.
Okay.
I played T-ball for probably 4, I think.
Yeah, I think that's when I started as well. And you're how old now?
Just turned 20 in May.
Okay, so there you go. That's 16 years of baseball experience right there, and hopefully more to come after you move on from community college to a 4-year school, and maybe even after that, we'll see. That's the dream, right? To get drafted.
Well, that's been the dream forever. That's for sure.
Where's the ideal spot you'd like to end up?
At a 4-year or
The majors. Like if you were to get drafted by one team.
Chicago Cubs.
The Cubs? Is that your favorite team?
Growing up a huge Cubs fan.
Okay. Man, imagine that pitching in Wrigley and those Cubs pinstripes with the blue hats and the C on the chest logo. That'd be pretty sweet.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
So the batter's Abraham Sakura. Have you gotten a chance to talk to this guy? He's brand new. So.
Yeah, actually, we introduced ourselves today. He's a good infielder, man. He's made some good plays out here already.
Yeah, he had that, I think it was a play back in the third inning, if I'm not mistaken. And I've heard he's a great defensive asset.
Put a good swing on it earlier, too. Is this his second at bat?
Yeah, this is his second at bat. He reached on an error and then scored in the second inning. The ball kind of went right through the second baseman. It was a hard hit ball, though.
Really hard hit ball, well struck.
So let's see if he goes over there. It looks like the second baseman, Anderson, over there has scooted over a bit to his left to close up that gap. So
They've been playing the shift all day.
they really have. That's something I don't know what you've seen, but I haven't really seen it as much.
This is the first team that I've seen that's done it, and it's been effective today. They've taken away a lot of our hits up the middle.
Yeah, I think that was Ellis back in the first. It was literally right up the middle. We were watching it, and the shortstop was right there. Sakura is going to fly one out to deep left center field at the track and making the catch. That was close. Everyone up here in the booth thought that one might carry over the wall, but well,
Now batting for the Diamond Dogs, third baseman, number 7, Graham Dvorak.
So the first out here in the bottom of the fourth inning, Graham Dvorak. And as these innings are running long or shorter, do you want to stick around for the fifth inning possibly too? Or is that something you want to do?
Sounds awesome.
It gets a little lonely up here in the 14 innings of baseball.
I'm telling
Just
you.
me, myself, and I talking.
Sorry.
So
This is reminding me of JUCO baseball. That's what we have 2 7-inning games a day all
Really?
season. Oh, yeah.
oh man, it sounds rough. Dvorak stands in there, watches a strike go by him, a nice curveball. So when you're up on the mound, what are you thinking to these hitters as Dvorak watches another curveball in there for strike 2?
What was the question?
So like when you're up there, yeah, I guess you get a chance to finish. When you're up like on the mound, and let's just say going into a game, like starting a game, what's the first thing you start thinking about when you're facing the number 1 hitter? Like what's your thought process?
You definitely, that first time through the lineup, you want to establish the fastball. And if you can get the fastball command to both sides of the plate, you've been successful with it the first time. And then the second time, you start really starting off like with some first pitch breaking balls or change ups or the off speed and changing up the way you pitch them so they're not sitting on one pitch or the other.
Now batting.
And the same thing with the third bat. I mean, it's whatever you.
Now batting, the catcher,
First
number
two,
11, Ryan
what they
Watson.
struggle with, and then you go back to that.
So I know they mentioned in football a lot. You go to the film room and you watch tape on guys and you study up on guys. So how do you do? I mean, obviously we don't have a camera here, and I don't know if you have a camera back at your college. So how do you study hitters? Do you just hear, look at stats? Like how do you study for these guys?
Here is honestly, these are all new guys. I have no clue about any of them. At the school, we do not have cameras that would tell us about other guys and how they swing. Our coach usually looks at, we have a chart in the dugout and has top 3 hitters based on base plus slugging.
Oh, okay.
And so those are the guys that we want to kind of pitch. We call them big wave fastballs off the plate.
This one deep to center field, and this one's going to be corralled after Graham Dvorak struck out. Ryan Watson flies out, so that will end us here in the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. 3-2, Diamond Dogs lead the squeeze. So, pardon me for the interruption, but go ahead. Sorry, what were you saying?
And those guys that we have at the top, we pitch them a little differently than the rest of the guys. We'll attack some of the ones lower on the list, and then the ones with kind of more power, we'll start off more breaking or whatnot.
Okay. So switching off of baseball now, as we've got a nice break here as we head to the 5th inning. You said you headed to Metro West for the weekend, I believe?
Last Sunday.
So what was out there? What do you do in Metro West for those not around the area?
Well, we went to play at the country club there, Metro West Country Club.
So more golfing?
Yeah, that's where we played our golf this past weekend. We went to eat. I don't know where we ate though.
What type of style was it? Italian?
I cannot remember for the life of me. I think it was wings of some kind.
Wings are never really wrong.
Might have been wing house.
Brandon Johnson was mentioning something that he loves eating wings. Every Wednesday the team gets together to eat wing house or something.
Yeah. We a few of us go to a wing house and because it's all you can eat boneless wings. I think at like $11.
That sounds good.
And so we take advantage of that. That's for sure. I've never heard of a wing house until here.
Really?
I've never seen one. Never heard of it.
Yeah, I think they're scattered more around the Central Florida area. I remember I went to a couple showcases, and that's where we ate after the showcase. We just went went to Wing House and got a couple wings. But, so while we're on this topic of wings, I love boneless wings going. I normally get them at Buffalo Wild Wings on their boneless Thursdays. It's like 65 cents a wing.
Oh,
Pretty good deal.
talking to a big Buffalo Wild Wings.
So you know.
Oh yeah.
Good. Okay. What do you normally get at Buffalo Wild Wings then? Just
Leading off for the Swedes here at the top of the fifth
boneless
inning.
wings.
Okay.
I get
The left fielder, number 27, Matt Morgan.
Oh my goodness. The Buffalo does.
Okay, gotcha. So Matt Morgan steps in to lead us off in the fifth. So if you're a big wing guy, you must have a favorite flavor, or you have a certain way you like your wings. So how do you have your wings?
It honestly it varies from place to place. Some places I like hot, other places I like a lemon pepper dry seasoning.
The burger will be done.
Yeah, for me, I can do like spicy at an ale house. Have you been to an ale house yet?
Never, I've heard of it.
Oh, ale house is good. One on the way for ball 2 outside. So at Wing House they have this thing called the Zinger Mountain Melt. It's literally a plate of fries, probably about the size of my laptop. They throw fries on there, some cheese, some bacon, and they put like zingers, like kind of little chicken fingers, on there. And it's like $13 and like about 1,400 calories, but it's one of the best things I've ever tasted.
We gotta quit talking about food. It's been
Did you get a snack in between?
Yeah, I was able to go to the concession stand and get a little bite to eat.
Well, that's not too bad. As
Top of the order now for the
pops
Swedes.
this one out to
Number 19,
third base. That's
the
Teeter over
shortstop,
there. What do you think of him
Dawgs.
so far? As he's a relatively new addition to the team.
He's awesome to be around. He cuts up with us. He's a funny guy. He had a home run for us.
Yeah,
Was it last Friday?
I think so. That was the first home run of the season for you guys.
Yeah, only one. No, until Christian
Yeah,
did
until
that.
Christian did it today.
Yeah.
So
And he has a great bat. I mean, he was freshman of the year in their conference or something. Is that what I heard?
something like that. I believe that's correct. Robert Scott charges in the scoop one and throws it over. First 2 down here, as Self, after struggling maybe a little bit in the third,
Now batting
is
for
now
Winter,
rolled
second baseman number 9,
through the
Aaron
order
Anderson.
here. And that brings up Aaron Anderson. So, what has been your favorite baseball memory ever? I asked Brandon about this, and he took me back all the way to when he was about 7 or 8. So, take your time and think of a good one.
Oh, I know what it is right now.
Oh, you do?
I was lucky enough to be a part of 3 state championships in high school in
Okay.
baseball. I would say the first one, my freshman year, was the most memorable experience I've ever had with the baseball team. We really weren't supposed to do it. We were coming out. We were out of the top 10 in the state, and no one was really thinking about us. But we made the run to the championship and won 2 exciting ball games my freshman year. So that was by far the most exciting I've ever been.
Did you get a nice ring for it after that?
Oh yeah, I'm lucky enough to have 5, 3 for baseball and 2 for football.
That's incredible. So how do you wear them then? I know Kobe has one on his thumb, I believe, right?
I do. I have one fitted for my thumb.
Okay, so you have them all on one hand then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna have to wear those sometime and show them off to the crowd. That would be interesting. 1-2 on the way. This one's a little loop shot, and that's gonna fall in front of Jackson out there. Did you know Jackson could play center field? I had no idea. I just seen him at shortstop, and until Segura got here, he moved out there to center.
Now for the
Yes,
Swedes, the center
I
fielder
think
number
Alex actually
17,
played more center field
Prentice
his freshman year
Rosina.
at Wichita State.
Okay.
Yep.
Shows you how much of time I got to research him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't on the original roster, so didn't get as much research as I should have, but oh well, it's in hindsight now. So now the batter is Drenis Ozuna, as there are 2 down now, a runner on first. This one's flared out of play. So come this next half inning, do you want to do play-by-play, want to do color, what do you want to do? Or you just want to sit and
What's
watch?
the difference between play-by-play and color?
You want to do play-by-play? Or
What is it?
What do you mean?
Like, what is color?
Oh, color is just like, hey, after this pitch, like, oh, that's a good breaking ball right there. He threw a nice fastball. Kind of just analyze what happened.
I do some color.
Okay, that works. So back to first now is Ozuna. Have you ever had aspirations of broadcasting, or you just wanted to come on and try your hand at it, or what?
Try my hand at it a little bit.
Okay.
Actually, it was Brandon's idea. We were sitting there. He's like, hey, you think Ken will let us be in the booth with him?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He's not shy when he'll definitely ask.
Yeah, so you guys are more than welcome to come back anytime. It's always a good time up here. And obviously in the AC too. It's been a rough one out there with rain and heat. And
That's what I walked in here and felt this fan. I might just stay up here till the 7th.
yeah, there you go. And only a couple more innings till that happens. Not another full 9-inning game, but 2 7s here as Diamond Dogs lead the second game of this doubleheader. 0-2 upcoming from Self. time is called, though. What's your reaction when something like that happens? Do you purposely hold for a while to mess the batter up, or is it just kind of something?
It's more the runner at first.
Okay.
If it's kind of thinking about stealing, which he is.
There he goes, and this one in on the hands and out of the glove of Watson, and give a stolen bag to Anderson. So when I was a pitcher, I was taught you come set for a varied amount of time. You'll count either 1, 2, 3, or 4 in your head. Is that kind of how you do it, or is there a specific way that you?
Yeah, I don't really count as much anymore. I'll just kind of vary it up. Maybe I'll have a long hold here, short hold there. Depending on what's called. If it's pickoff called, then I'll maybe hold a little bit longer, or kind of pick coming up into the break. I'll vary it.
Okay. So when that curveball was fouled back, and what do you throw? I don't think I've actually asked you what pitches you throw. I've seen you, obviously fastball, you've got a curveball. I think you have a changeup too, right?
Yes. The fastball, curveball, changeup. This summer I'm trying to do either a splitter or a slider. Okay. To go along with it. Looking for that 0-2, just hit swing and miss pitch.
2-2 count now to the batter Ozuna. And swing and a miss.
Great slider.
And there's that slider. So strike 3 and nothing across here for the Winter Garden Squeeze. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th and we'll stay with you once again. And you'll get to hear a little bit of Jake Christa do some color commentating. I'll be doing the play-by-play, and he will commentate on and analyze from a baseball view. It's a good thing that both of us have a baseball background doing a baseball interview. So you'll get to provide some insight, know the guys, and know them a lot better than I do so far. So what's been your favorite thing about the summer to this point?
Definitely getting to know the guys that are on the team. Come from so many different places, so many different colleges, 4 years, 2 years. Just kind of hear their experiences compared to your own.
So, who's the funniest guy so far that you've picked out? Like, obviously there's some jokesters. I've seen William Ard fooling around a lot.
William Ard, he definitely is a jokester. Turner Scruggs.
Okay.
Turner Scruggs, he's a goofball. I love to hang out with little Turner. He's funny, man.
And you guys are like the opposite in heights. What are you, 6'4", I believe?
Between 6'4" and 6'5". I don't know what I gave myself on the run.
Let's take a look here.
I'll go back.
We've got you listed at 6'4", and 235.
Yeah, I go between 6'4" and 6'5". Sometimes I give myself 6'5", other times
So sometimes you want to be generous, and sometimes you want to be greedy for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So you mentioned football real quick. I want to get to this before the inning starts.
Top of the order now for the Diamond Dogs. Leading up center fielder number 5, Alex Jackson.
I was a little bit heavier in high school.
Okay.
I decided to drop some weight going into my sophomore year, into my baseball my sophomore year. And so I played left tackle and left guard for my high school.
Oh, okay, cool. And then you got 2 of those rings. So did you alternate them? Did you go baseball, or are they all like in order?
Not really in order, I would say. I mean, it's kind of whatever finger. I mean, you don't really plan on.
I mean, yeah, you didn't plan 5 championships.
That's what. So of course, first was the ring finger, but then it just kind of started going back and forth.
Gotcha. All right, so Alex Jackson in to lead us off in the bottom of the 5th. He fouled one off, and we'll foul another one off. That's on Dubs Dread Golf Course right behind us. I believe that's the 12th hole. What iron would you use to put that up on the green there? About 120 yards out.
Probably on the pitching wedge.
From that distance?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. That's when I break out my 7 or maybe even my 5, depending on the wind. 0-2 on the way from Jackson, or to Jackson. I misses outside.
He's attacking with the fastball here. It's Alex.
Yeah, so that's just what color it is. You gotta announce that to the fans, let them know what's going on. So 1-2 on the way. Skips in the dirt. So what do you throw now here after you've seen what he wants to get you out with? He wants to use that 2-2, or you wanted a 1-2 curveball. Is he going to come back with a 2-2, or is he going to go with another pitch?
I'm thinking you go back with fastball on the inside of the plate right here.
All right, Alex Jackson awaiting the fastball. It is inside, and he shoots it up the middle for a base hit. Leadoff man is aboard for the Diamond Dogs here in the top half, or bottom half of the 5th.
I think he made a mistake there. I think the catcher set up outside. I think he wanted it out and came in with it.
Okay, so he did want to go with the outside fastball. But
down for your Diamond Dogs, second baseman number 2, Robert Scott.
So far, you're 1 for 1 in the prediction department. Not bad. And Scott's up now. What do you think of this guy?
Man, he's a smaller guy, but he has some pop. I'll tell you what, he plays a great second base. He bailed me out the other day at the land multiple times at second.
Pickoff throw to first. Back in time is Jackson. And as a pitcher with the pickoff moves, is that something you're comfortable throwing with, or how did you develop your pickoffs? Because I know a lot of guys sometimes have trouble throwing over to first.
It's just something kind of. I never really had trouble throwing over there. I guess. I mean, I know some guys have the yips. More for me, it's just kind of learning how to just really get your feet a little bit faster and quicker, and be able to not have any wasted movement to try to get the pick off.
I believe John Lester is a guy that can't throw over.
Yeah, no, and the Cardinals, they're one of the teams I just remember watching that just take advantage of it left and right.
Yeah, I don't know why guys just don't steal every time they get on against John Lester. You know he can't throw over, take a nice big lead, and just go. So Scott had to duck out of the way of one to make it 1-0. Jackson was able to advance to second, and Scott now faces a 2-0 count as he climbs back in. As mentioned by Jake, he has a lot of pop. He's found gaps thus far this season, has 4 doubles, leads the team in that department.
2-0 slider.
Is that a bold move? Is that something you would do up there on 2-0? I know you don't want to groove a fastball right in there, but what do you think up there?
If you could have got it across for a strike, it'd be a great pitch. But now you're looking at 3-0, and
there's a walk.
I guess they wanted some double play. I don't really know what the 2-0 pitch was, but it works for us.
So the first 2 runners
Now for the Diamond Dogs.
and it looks like
Number 12, right fielder, Brian Ellis.
Coach Ryan Gentile was urging Scott to get to the bag sooner so the coach could come out and chat with his pitcher. And it looks like he's going to go grab the ball from him. He does. What do your coaches say to you in that situation when they go out and take the ball from you, or what about a pitching coach?
It depends. It depends. Or if I can't remember how long this guy's been in the game. If you're coming out after a pretty good start, I mean it's a great out of the way. And if it's a so-so start, it's just hey, get him next time. Get back to work tomorrow.
So not a whole lot of discussion, just coach saying a couple words and sending you off to the dugout.
Yeah, exactly.
What about pitching coach? I mean, obviously it's situational, but most of the time is it like, hey, you're going good, just settle in here, get a good pitch? Like, what are they saying?
Yeah, they're kind of, it depends on who's up in the order. If it's the middle of the order guy and you got a base open, they're going to tell you, hey, you got to pitch around him a little bit.
Now pitching for the winner guard squeeze from USC Upstate, number 20, Josh Tomlin.
You can kind of go little corners or get the breaking ball across and not really be affected by it. Or if it's down the bottom of the order, then hey, just tag the fastball and beat them to get them dugout.
All right, so new pitcher is going to be Josh Tomlin as Andrew Rolston's day is done, and he actually came in relief. The starter went 1 1/3. So your favorite baseball memory, obviously we talked about, was winning that state championship. Was it the same for football, or was it a different, like was there a play in particular where you pancaked the guy or something?
I mean, it was always fun in football, but nothing. Winning it in baseball. I mean, also baseball was also my first love, and so winning it there it's special. I mean, had a little more for having kind of best friends on the baseball team. You have a football team, you got to experience that with them, and that was just amazing.
So you mentioned earlier in the season that you have previously vacationed to Orlando, but never really got to spend a lot of time in here. So I believe you said you went to Disney World a lot?
Oh yeah, when I was younger, actually my parents made me think about making a trip down here next winter break when they're home from school and coming down here, and I think that'd be awesome because I'd be able to kind of at night maybe go check out and see what kind of construction on the I-4 is looking like because man, that's a pain right now.
I trust you. Trust me, it won't be done by the time you come back. I've gone to UCF for 4 years and it's been under construction forever. That's kind of what UCF stands for, under construction forever. That's at least the lingo around here. But yeah, I-4 won't be done for what feels like forever. Eventually it might get done, who knows. But so when was your first trip to Disney then? Was it your parents and you, or who was it?
It was me, my parents, and my mom's parents, so my grandma and grandpa.
Okay.
We went when I was 4 years old, I believe. That was our first time down here. And my dad and mom fell in love with it, and we've been down ever since.
My parents actually honeymooned in Disney.
Okay.
So, we grew up there a little bit. We had annual passes, but just living 3 hours south, we drive up for maybe the weekend to here and there.
So you live 3 hours south?
Yeah, I live in Boca Raton, so.
Oh wow.
So
okay.
kind of close.
Lane Kiffin area.
Yes, FAU is 15 to 20 minutes from my house.
I got you.
So I went to FAU for just one summer. I did, I forgot what it's called. There's a term for it where you can, it's a transient student. I could go during the summer. I took a class and really didn't like it. It was calculus, so and went back to UCF. So it's a beautiful campus, beautiful area. Just some of the people, little off their rockers there, but that's okay. So now Brian Ellis steps in, and this guy has been doing really well for you all, and this is a great situation for him to be in.
Yes, it is. Brian's come up big for us day in and day out this season, it feels like.
So Ellis, with a runner on first and second, nobody out here. Bottom of the fifth inning, 3-2 lead for the Dogs. And if you're listening here, you can watch Jake and I chat on Facebook Live. We'll also have this on YouTube later for you. Maybe not tonight. A snap throw to Jackson.
Ooh.
And that was unexpected.
That was a good throw by Hunter.
Do you know the catcher personally?
Yeah, me and Hunter have been around each other before. He's from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Played at Troy this past season. We've played against each other in the summer, and we've actually been on a showcase team at Troy University for a event.
So do you know some of these other Troy guys around here?
I know one of them. He's coming from actually a junior college. He's going to be at Troy in the fall. Reeder Smith.
Oh yeah. He
played center field the first game.
Yeah, they have him down here as Dyersburg State in Tennessee.
Yeah, he was there this past year. We actually played him in the fall.
Oh, okay.
At University of Memphis.
I was going to say that's
he's
a
signed with Troy.
school I've never heard of. It's Palm Beach State College. Michael Demo. Ellis smokes one into deep right field. Is this going to reach the parking lot? No, it's not. At the track and at the wall, but corralled, and Jackson will scamper over to third. You think that one was out of here?
I thought
Too high?
Yeah, a little too high.
All right, so runners now at the corners with one down. The double play could get the squeeze out
Now
of
for
the
the Diamond Dogs. First baseman number
Jacob
20.
Teeter not looking to roll over one. He's looking to put one out of here over the wall. Maybe towards that same spot, but his home run actually went opposite field. So let's see how the pitcher Tomlin works to a batter like this. And when you have a guy that is powerful, what do you do with him? Do you tiptoe around him? Do you go straight after him? How do you pitch these guys?
Definitely think I would go change up away here to lead off.
That's kind of what it looked like there. An off-speed pitch on the outside part of the plate. Misses for a ball, though. 1-0 to Jacob Teeter. As he'll step back in. Tap the plate a couple times, and he's ready to hit.
Who we got on deck? Christian Snow.
Snow's on deck, the snowman, if you will, on this winter war day. This stolen base for Robert Scott here now. And now 2 runners in scoring position, and the double play is eliminated, so it looks like the infield's coming in, and it's the second baseman. And indeed, they will come in. And I don't think they want to get in the way of a Jacob Teeter ground ball here. I'm sure he could hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't. It might put him on.
They're looking towards the dugout, and indeed they will. He emphasizes his bat flip, so now the bases are loaded here with one down for Christian Snow.
Down for the Diamond Dogs, the designated hitter, number 26, Christian Snow.
So we'll see what the snowman can do here.
This is definitely a guy who can put it out of reach right here with one swing of the bat.
That would be incredible to watch him hit a grand slam here. I would be very impressed as he's hit a home run earlier today. Let's see if he's got another one in that bat as the curveball spins on the outside part of the plate for ball one. So once again, Ken Lynn is being joined by Jake Christa here, pitcher for the Winter Park Diamond Dogs. Snow grounds one off the ankle of the pitcher. This one sprays over to third baseman. The throw to first is not in time. It is in time. Not sure about that one, but regardless, another run comes across for the Diamond Dogs, and it's a 4-2 lead now.
I know our coach is saying something. Coach Shaw.
Yep, Shaw is out to argue the call, and
He's made 2 calls that were
questionable at best, right?
questionable today.
Down for the Diamond Dogs,
On a
the
double
left
play.
fielder,
I think
number
it was
1,
on
Bo
Robert Scott. Actually, it looked like Scott beat it out. So that was back in the second. So how would you mark that? Is that a 1-5-3? It's a 1-5-3 officially in the book. So Snow is retired, but he does get an RBI. And that moves Scott over to third. And moves Teeter to second. So still some damage could be done here. with 2 runners on in scoring position. And so let's see what the pitcher Tomlin decides to dial up now, trailing 4-2. One enthusiastic fan going with our charge call, and that seems to be me at the Marlins games whenever I'm there, and not a whole lot of enthusiastic fans, but oh well. Hopefully we'll get better in a couple of years, right?
I think you're on the way. Maybe.
If they draft you, we'll be on the way too, right?
I'm not complaining if they do.
The 0-1 on the way from Tomlin. A curveball misses high, 1-1.
Who they drafted in the first round?
They drafted an outfielder from high school. I don't remember his name. I can look it up real quick. Marlins draft pick. I went there the other day, and it was their throwback weekend, and that was a good time. 2-1 now to Bo Taylor.
Connor Scott. Oh, he's a
Connor
Florida
Scott.
kid. I remember them talking about him.
They signed him 3 days ago officially. They didn't sign a lot of their early draft picks, rounds 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, they will though.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not even close to being over yet. A lot of guys signed 6-13.
Wait, did he sign?
Who's this guy?
David Bradshaw?
Yep.
Played him.
You played it?
Yeah, he's a Mississippi Junior College kid. He went to Meridian
Okay.
Community College.
Born back in 1998. I'm a 95 kid myself, so. What year were you born in?
98.
Okay, so you can still say you're a 90s baby then.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, only 90 kids will remember, so. Have you gotten a chance to go to Wrigley yet, by the way?
I have. I was actually.
How was that?
It was awesome.
Bo Taylor drives one out to right center, or right field down the line. It's going to fall. It looks like the right fielder lost it in the lights. Taylor scampering for second. He's in there head first. The ball gets away from the second baseman. Nobody's covering third. Now the pitcher does. So, fly ball down the right field line ends up falling for Bo Taylor. He'll be in there with a 2 RBI double. And that's one that...
Now for the Diamond Dogs, shortstop, number 10, Abraham Sakura.
What do you think about that?
That was a well-placed ball by Bo Taylor there. That was a tough play for the right fielder. I'm like you. I think he lost it there.
Yeah, there is a light pole down, kind of shooting straight down the right field line from behind home plate. So we're going to see what Abraham Sakura can come up with here.
To answer your question about Wrigley, though, I was able to go to the Game 6 of the NLCS against the Dodgers, where they wanted to go back to the World Series.
That must have been an amazing atmosphere.
Oh yeah, my parents they surprised me with being able to go, and we left after actually a first or second round football game in the playoffs my senior year, and
a deep drive by Sakura. This one's going back to the wall, and it is off the bottom of the wall. This is going to be a stand-up double for Sakura. An RBI in his first game as a Diamond Dog. Scratch another run across. It's 7-2 now in favor of the Diamond Dogs. And that one, another solid contact
For your Diamond Dogs, number 7, the third baseman, Graham Dvorak.
Yep, it looks like Coach Jay Welsh is out, and another pitching change, so it seems as if you might have been good luck up here, and we are on top big now, 7-2. And this Graham Dvorak is going to be the 8th hitter of the inning for the Diamond Dogs. So that will end it for Tomlin. Tomlin came in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters. And he doesn't look happy on his way back to the dugout, but there's always another day, am I right?
Oh yeah. As a pitcher, you gotta take the goals with the bad ones. That's for sure.
That's how I feel about the pitching change.
And I can't see who the pitcher is yet. Looks like it's going to be number 23, Ryan Welsh. So is he related to Jay Welsh, the coach? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes, he is?
Yes.
All right, so we did find out that the pitcher on the mound is the son of Coach Jay Welsh. And so Ryan Welsh, the right-hander, a rising junior, is undecided.
Number 23,
Ryan
Welsh.
6'4", 205. So we'll see what Welsh has in store.
Like he's a sideline a little bit, or lower 3/4.
Let's see as the warm-ups progress here. Yeah, it's kind of a low 3/4 slot, not exactly a sidearm. Did you ever mess with any arm angles, or were you just always over the top kind of deal?
I'm kind of a high 3/4 guy.
Okay.
Or should be. I sometimes get up to a little too high, but But it's kind of, I've always tried to be around high to mid 3/4 guy. I'm not trying to be as low as this guy is, but we're trying to really manipulate the baseball that way.
Did you ever mess around and kind of throw sidearm in like warm-ups or something, or submarine?
Oh, when I was little, we would kind of, it has a 2-strike pitch instead of kind of when you're trying to stay away from a curveball.
Right.
I kind of developed it a little bit. There's a few. Our first team in Sanford, I tried to get a little bit lower on. And, it gives you a little more action when you're swinging at the ball. But I mean, it's a fun little thing to do, especially when you're warming up. See how much you can move the ball down.
Yeah, I remember like if I was throwing down on an off day or something along the lines of warm-ups, I would just spin one in there sidearms just to see what happens. And like I showed you yesterday, I was trying to mess with the knuckleball, but it wasn't knuckling very well. So, you ever try and mess around with a knuckleball?
No, I can't say I have. I would film it. We have a pitcher that has a pretty good knuckleball. Is Hunter Connor.
Really? I didn't know that.
I didn't find that out until today, actually.
I haven't seen him throw one yet.
He hasn't thrown it in a game yet. Coach Goodwin actually told him to say, "Hey, let's throw it in a game next time." So we might see it.
That'd be neat. Maybe we'll see him in this game. I don't know. It's approaching the 6th inning now, so we'll see.
Have we warmed up anyone in the pen?
I can't tell. It's so hard. It's so hard to see out there. But we know that you're not pitching for sure. So.
Yeah, I know.
When do you start again? You start on, let's see, Tuesday? Right?
Actually, with the rain that's happened this week, I'm getting pushed back to either Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay.
Coach hasn't decided yet. I think we might add J.P. Williams as a start on Monday.
Oh, yeah, I heard Coach might want to do that.
And if that's the case, then I think Brooks will go Tuesday, and then Brandon Johnson might go Wednesday.
Okay.
Or
so
vice versa. And then I would go Thursday if that's the case.
Yeah, you guys will get the red hot Leesburg, who's won 9 straight. I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like you guys deserve to be up at the top of the standings, but just a couple games have slipped away from you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. It's early in the season. You guys got plenty of time to rebound and collect yourselves. The 0-2 on the way to Dvorak swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. So, not before, though, the Diamondbacks push across 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th, and that will conclude our time with the guest, Jay Christa. Did you enjoy yourself up here?
Oh, yeah. Had a blast. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem, and we will hopefully have you all back on sometime soon.
That sounds
Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll catch you around.
Thank you. Go Dogs.
Yep, go Dogs.